Hi guys, welcome back to the Tommy Starcraft channel. It's your host Tommy with yet another replay cast from Flash. So yeah, I'm going back to be casting more games of him. I found another really interesting one here from him on the South Korean ladder, as he's going to fight here versus the brown Zerg who is spawning here in the upper right part. It's 1Z2Z. I'm just gonna call him 1Z here. And yeah, there is his opponent. There is Flash spawning here in the low right as the teal Terran. So yeah, as you can see, a small hint from the thumbnail, we're going to be seeing battle cruisers, and could this be a new tactics, a new meta for the Terran? We're about to find out if this is indeed going to work out for Flash. So yeah, there is a small hint there in the thumbnail with the battle cruisers with plague on them and defensive matrix. Let's see how this is going to unfold. As you can see, it's a 20-minute replay cast. And yeah, it's a 4 spawning location map for the two players, and very soon we're going to be checking out, of course, their build order, just like we do in the previous replays here onto this channel. And it looks like Flash is indeed going for a fast expansion build order, given the fact that he's blocking here the entrance. Let's just check the Zerg really quick. Pretty much droning up quite heavily here and sending out his first drone. So this could be a straight fast expansion here for the Zerg, with the overload of course also being done here for him. So pretty standard stuff. Of course, the 4 spawning location map gives more security here for the Zerg. He's going for his expansion. There is his scouting drone, and the same can be said here for Flash, as he's also sending out here his SEV to scout the map. Overload is also out, interesting enough, stopping here, I believe, to get more vision in case there is a SCV moving out. And there is the barracks here from Flash, as the drone is now closing in here forward, also dealing a little bit of damage towards this one SCV. So pretty standard stuff here for Flash, building his wall of here, doing a nice SimCity build order in order to stop any Zergling run by. I believe he could also try to add a bunker into this location, but it looks like he's saving some mineral for the command center, as the first Marines will be able to block the entrance here. There's his second supply depot, so pretty standard stuff. There's the hatchery for the Zerg. Let's check his main. There's the spawning pool. Gas already has been done, as finally in comes the SCV here for Flash to go forward and see. Now the timing, of course, for the hatchery, he's going to try to stay as much as he can here to see at the 3-minute mark there is a tier 2 upgrade. So very likely the Zerg is going for some Mutalisk gameplay, just like all the Zergs do versus a Terran matchup. They're very, very fast, very, very mobile, and they can of course punish the mineral line here from the Terran. Let's see what this is here. Another supply depot for Flash. There is the command center. So all in all, pretty standard stuff. The Zerglings will take care, of course, of the SCV, and I believe he's going to try, of course, to stay as much as he can here in order to see if there is going to be a Spire, perhaps a Hydralisk then for the Zerg. And interesting enough, he's actually going for some speed for the Hydralisk, actually for the Zerglings, so sorry. So yeah, speed for the Zerglings. This could also be a run by the Zerg, or he could even try to drop some Zerglings into the main here from Flash. There is an overlord here who could slowly fly over, and actually Flash is now moving out, catching me off guard with 4 Marines. So what a surprise here by Flash. A little bit of a suicide mission, if you ask me, running those Marines onto the map. So it's quite a surprising move. I was busy watching the SCV, watching the tier 2 upgrade, but yeah, I believe he tries to cancel the second expansion here for the Zerg, but quite in vain. So pretty much a suicide mission here for Flash. Interesting enough, just showing his presence. But I believe with the command center, with the second command center, he can of course afford to lose a couple of Marines. Now the Zerg could counterattack with the speeding Zerglings. Let's check the main. This should be of course the Spire. And in come the Zerglings, but there's already 5, even 6 Marines now out here for Flash, as he has a second barracks into his main. So yeah, with that he will of course be able to hold. I don't really know what exactly his reason was. I believe he just wanted to delay the second expansion as much as he can, with a pretty much 4 Marine push. Of course that was held by the Zerg with the speed Zerglings. And yeah, with that we're closing towards another normal game in between the two pros Well, sadly I don't know who 1Z2Z is, but of course from the APM looks like he's another pro Korean, South Korean player here. Let's check the main here from the Terran Academy and Engineering Bay. Stim is being upgraded, Weapons 1 is being upgraded, and yet another barracks. So it looks like Flash is going very heavily into the bio Marines with medivacs. No factories for him, no starports for him yet, so pretty much 4 barracks, soon to be 4 barracks, versus the incoming push of Mutalisk from the Zerg. So let's see, I believe Flash should be ready with some turrets, putting some turrets next to the production buildings. And yeah, I believe he is going to very much prepare. Even some medivacs are here and out, and yeah, more turrets are being added by him in order to give protection. And yeah, let's see where exactly the Zerg is he going to attack. Finally in come the first Mutalisk. There are 2 turrets, soon to be 2 turrets. Could of course overfly them, but there's another one. Oh, it's actually this point right here could be a great attacking spot for him. Some Zerglings have been sniped, Mutalisk are actually moving out, but they have to secure, they have to protect the expansion points first. As yeah, there's just a couple of them, 4 of them now, trying to stay as much as he can here into the main from Flash, but already taking quite some damage. So a pretty good hold for Flash. A very early expanding, of course, allows him to suicide some Marines, and now even having a great group of Marines here versus the soon to be 6 Mutalisk, even 7 Mutalisk here for the Zerg. Yeah, the Zerg of course is going to try to buy as much time as he can for this newly established base right here and delay a push out by the Terran. Or some Sunkens might also be needed here, as finally Flash is slowly but steadily moving out. Steam has been done, Weapons 1 is also going to be done very soon. And yeah, the pretty normal Terran versus Zerg matchup we have here, actually, just like in the books. So very nice stuff here for both players. I believe the Zerg could punish this move out with some Zerglings and with a great surround with Mutalisk and Zerglings, so Flash needs to be careful, but he's nicely steaming up. The medics are doing great job as the Mutalisk take more and more damage. And yeah, one Mutalisk even getting sniped here, so Flash with a very good early game for him, moving out there. Still tier 2 for his opponent, sniping some Zerglings, so Zerg needs to be careful not to lose so many units, as of course he's going to try to buy time. And Flash pretty much in command now, having control of the middle of the map, so the Zerg, like I told you, could punish this in case he has some Zerglings in order to surround the Marines here, but more and more Mutalisk are falling. However, reinforcements are pouring here forward, and with a good micro, the Mutalisk could of course snipe Marine after Marine, so nice job here for the Zerg. He's even at almost 500 APM here, so great micro indeed for him, as he's going to be able to even snipe a medic. I believe it was a medic, just nicely flying around, even out microing the hurt Mutalisk. So very smart gameplay here by the Zerg. Slowly but steadily Flash is losing Marine after Marine. But look at that reinforcement, look at the long snake here onto the minimap. This could be actually a push now all of a sudden here for Flash versus the newly established base in the upper left parts. Now the Zerg feels confident, but in come the reinforcements just on time, so Flash with a nice timing push all of a sudden. But yeah, the Zerg with some great micro indeed with those Mutalisk. Let's see how many he has left. 8 reinforcements are here, so the Zerg pretty much relying onto his Mutalisk as we're closing in towards the 10-minute mark. Let's just check the main from Flash. There's the starport, there's the factory, and another building hidden here. It's another starport, so interesting stuff here for Flash. And where is he going? I believe into the main. He wants to go into the main, as he's going to keep, of course, the Zerg guessing where exactly he's going to attack. And the first Sunkens will have to be, of course, forced to be made here. There we have a nice hidden Headless Den, so we might see some lurkers very soon here for the Zerg. And we also have a Zerg Defiler. So of course Defiler is a much needed unit into the late game, into the middle game, especially against the Marines here. And sadly here for Flash, he doesn't have a tank. Going perhaps for some science vessels. We're about to find out. 5 barracks for him, some SCVs on idle, and a nice group of Marines here. So Flash nicely forcing the Zerg to invest some money into the Sunkens and even stay back a little bit with the lurkers, as he's now pretty much regrouping into the middle of the map. And I believe he's going to try to push into the upper left part. So not that many defenses here for the Zerg, but we do have a Nidus Swarm, and there comes the regroup now for Flash. 1 weapons have been done. Let's check the Mutalisk. They should also have 1 weapons upgrade, and a good flank here for the Zerg as he's able to snipe some of the reinforcements here from Flash. So nice stuff by him, catching Flash a little bit of court, and he's sadly here for him making a small mistake, losing some medivacs, some medics here. So I believe the group 2 was pretty much mismicroed here by Flash, but it happens of course, as the Zerg still tries to find a good position for those Mutalisk into the fog of war in order to snipe more Marines. And yeah, let's have a look what Flash is going to be doing. Some science vessels are being brought up, no tanks yet for him. Some upgrades here for the science vessels, and actually massive amounts of science vessels here for him with Marines, so it's a nice combo here for him. Of course, the science vessels with Irradiate, very strong, versus the Lurkers, versus the Mutalisk. We might see the first Irradiate going out soon. There are some Scourges here and a great snipe by the Zerg, but he did also lose 2, perhaps even 3 Mutalisk here, so nice stuff, punishing of course the move out here by Flash. The science vessel very much needed in order to give vision, in order to irradiate those Lurkers, and pretty much impossible here for Flash to push, given the fact that there's Lurker after Lurker. Let's see if he's going to indeed take the courage and move here forward, but of course it's very hard to move out against, it's just 2 Lurkers, but of course it's really hard for him to see what exactly is there hidden. Now we even have Defiler, so with that I believe the defense from the Zerg look very strong. The Mutalisk are still flying into the air. This could be a surround very soon by the Zerg versus all of the Marines here from Flash, as Flash decides to have another expansion here. Now finally income 2 more science vessels, not that much energy onto them as they see now the Lurkers here, but a great reaction immediately by the Zerg with the Defiler here, and immediately getting irradiated by that. Let's see at the counter-attack. I believe the Zerg is going to try to snipe some reinforcements. There's not that many Mutalisk being left alive, and some Scourges will also be sniped here. And in the meantime, we might see the first battlecruiser. No, it's actually double dropship here happening for Flash. So Flash deciding to play it very strong. Actually 2 dropships already getting sniped here, sadly for him. Yeah, the Zerg really with a great anticipation here, moving out onto the map, having great map control, seeing everything with the overlords here. Perhaps Flash should try to build a race or 2 to snipe those overlords here. They give great vision towards any moving units out, and now he's actually deciding to move out with a group of Marines, given the fact that he has control of this area right here. Those Marines aren't getting healed, so a small mistake here by him. He needs to be careful not to get sniped by a Mutalisk. And finally in come the dropships. Let's see where exactly is he heading. Does he have any units here? Yes, indeed he does have some Marines, so deciding to drop, quite a risky move. There are some Scourges, there are some Defilers, as he's pretty much nicely out microing the fog of war here. And yeah, with that, keeping the Zerg busy, as at the same time he's also moving out here into the upper part. So yeah, in the end this will of course be cleared. Even some drones are getting pulled here by the Zerg. So yeah, a good defense in the end by him. Both players pretty much at the same worker count. And let's see what Flash is going to be doing here. Of course very hard to push forward given the fact that there are Lurkers here. So I believe he's going to wait for his next dropships to arrive. So very nice gameplay here by him, showing us the strengths of the dropships. Actually very rarely used by the Terrans, but this time Flash deciding to go for dropships. He could inflict massive damage here towards the economy from his opponent, but there are 2 Scourges chasing that, as the Marines will get dropped here towards the mineral line. And at the same time here trying to find a good position. So the Zerg actually doing some great stuff defending here, and not that much defensive, not that much economic damage is being taken here by the Zerg. And he's even able to snipe the 4th medivac. So I believe this was the decision perhaps for Flash to go into something more heavier. Battlecruisers could have been his decision for that, given the fact that the medivacs and the science vessel didn't really work out for him. So let's see if he's going to be able to do some damage towards the newly established base here into the upper left part. Snapping some Zerglings. There's a couple of Lurkers here, but they will be scanned. There's the first Irradiance, second one also going out, as the Lurkers will drop very soon. But the Defiler was able to cast the Dark Swarm here, and a little bit of a mismicro once again here by the Zerg. I don't know what exactly he's doing with his drones. Of course, it happens, we all make mistakes. But yeah, the Zerg needs to be more careful, as the Night Swarm now will give great stuff. However, we do have a drop also happening here into this location, so Flash seems to be all over the map, but in the end, Dark Swarm once again saves those units. So good defense by the Zerg, not losing any workers, not that many workers. Now we even have Ultralisks, so very tanky, very strong units versus the Marines here from Flash. Let's just check the upgrades once again. 2-2 for him. Let's check the Zerglings a little bit. Actually, the Ultralisk now 3-1, and yeah, the Zerglings 1-1 here for him. As Zerglings with Adrenaline and those Ultralisks can be very strong versus Flash right here. So yeah, there we have the production tab. Finally, the 3 battle cruisers are getting produced. It's actually 3 starports for Flash, with many barracks here for him as well. So yeah, and we even have a transition into some Firebats. So Firebat seems to be the answer towards the Ultralisk here from the Zerg, and the action is continuing here into the upper part, but the Scourges are really doing a great job into this game. So Scourges are really strong versus those science vessels, and I believe that was the point for Flash to go for something more heavier. He's deciding to attack the upper left part, or keep control of the upper left part with his bio, and now his battle cruisers should be out very soon, and more is getting produced here for Flash, as he's once again regrouping into the middle of the map with the Firebats and with the Marines. But yeah, the other expansion is going out here for Zerg, so this can be very strong versus him. Let's see what exactly the decision is going to be here, as the Zerg is gaining more map control. Those lurkers really not allowing Flash to expand here, so Flash is getting forced to expand right here. Let's see if the Zerg might get a good flank here, but in the end the Stin Marines will of course be able to clear this out. Lots and lots of science vessels, but they need to be careful against the Scourges, as they're now immediately irradiating those Ultralisk. And let's have a look at the other group here of units. Finally, there is a move out with Bio, with the battle cruisers, and with that I believe the Zerg has to now massively produce some Scourges or some Devourers or some Mutalisk. Let's see what's he going for. Scourges, of course, is going to be, as he's getting attacked on now, very soon to be 2 fronts. So Flash deciding to move now out with his battle cruisers, and also some Scourges here into this area, Ultralisk into this area, but they're very hurt from the irradiance, and I believe Flash should be able to take this fight right here. However, the Scourges once again get some good connections, but with Defiler he's able to hold, and now the battle cruisers finally arrive here into the expansion point, but Scourges are here to respond, inflicting some damage. But luckily here for Flash, his 1 battle cruisers pretty much being left alive, and there we have the second attack here for Flash. So Flash slowly but steadily is able to punch forward, even having some Marines here onto the ground. Scourges finally should be able to take out this 1 battle cruiser, but no cell here for him. Battle cruiser is still pretty much alive, as now Flash is pretty much punching here forward with all of his bio versus the units from the Zerg, and now even doing the aspirator trick with the science vessel, being able to hurt so many drones, and the drones will fall very soon, as irradiating your own science vessel will of course deal massive amounts of splash damage towards the enemy drones. And yeah, with that the Zerg is falling to 26 workers, as the battle cruisers somehow are still alive. Actually 3 of them are still alive. So what a great attack here, a double attack into the left part and into the other expansion point. But the Zerg still has so many Ultralisk with Zerglings, and with the Defiler this can be very strong versus the Flash. So the Zerg still pretty much into this game. Of course he did take some casualties, his economy has suffered, but he's still very much into this game. And now we actually have defensive matrix, but Plague has also been casted here onto those battle cruisers. Meantime, there's some action happening here, but yeah, the battle cruisers with defensive matrix now pretty much patrolling the main from the Zerg, as they're pushing more forward. And yeah, what a rare and beautiful sight here to be seen. Plague with defensive matrix from Flash, as he's able to snipe some more drones here. Yes, some Scourges are much needed, but I believe the let's see, the battle cruisers might survive this. So some Scourges get some connections, but no, the battle cruisers with 3 HP here pretty much alive thanks to defensive matrix. So this could be a new meta here for the Terran, defensive matrix onto those battle cruisers, as some Ultralisk will be sniped here. So yeah, with that I believe Flash might have done it here, unless somehow the Zerg come back to the game. More and more Zerglings are getting produced. He's trying to drone as much up as he can, but Flash very much reacting here, even having those battle cruisers. Finally one has been sniped, but yeah, not that much mining happening here. Only the upper left part is mining, and yeah, there we have the GG. So in the end, of course, the Zerg realizing that the double attack here from Flash was very, very strong into the upper left part. And a very rare and beautiful sight, like I told you, battle cruisers with defensive matrix seems to be the answer against so many scourges here from the enemy. Some luck here for Flash perhaps with the one lasting battle cruisers, but yeah, in the end a very nice transition by him. First he tried with Medivacs to attack his opponent, then with massive amounts of science vessels, but the defense from the Zerg was very, very strong, and in the end I believe the double push with those battle cruisers pretty much sealed the deal here for Flash. So very, very nice replay here by him. Let's just check the stats very quick. So I'm going to be clicking left and right. So very, very nice game here by both players. But in the end the transition was very, very strong by Flash. Could have even gone for some nukes, but in the end he decided to go for battle cruisers. So yeah, nice game by both players from South Korea, from 2024, from the South Korean ladder. Flash is of course very, very active. I'm going to try to cast as many games as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Tommy signing out.